Sometimes, the best way to hide is by being right out in the open, so that no one would even suspect that you are hiding. That is what Shlomo Perel thought during the Holocaust, which is why he disguised himself as a Nazi. When life in Germany became unbearable for the Jews, the Perel family moved from Peine in northern Germany to Lodz in Poland. 3 years later, the Nazis overtook them there too. When life in Lodz also became impossible, the parents encouraged 14-year-old Shlomo and his older brother to escape north to areas under Soviet control. "I recall the last words of my parents," says Perel. "My father told me never to forget that I was a Jew. God would protect me," he sincerely believed. "My mother simply said, 'Go, you have to live.'" But 2 years later, the Nazis reached Minsk as well. All the men in the city were lined up for selection, and it was clear that the Jews would be sent to execution. When Shlomo's turn came, he told the German officer in perfect German, "I'm not Jewish, I am a German." He told the astonished Germans that his name is Shlomo Perel, that he is a Lithuanian of German descent, and that he was orphaned of both his parents. His self-confidence and flawless German convinced the soldiers. They gave him a Wehrmacht uniform and recruited him into their unit as a translator. Josef was compliant and efficient. As part of his military unit, he even participated in the interrogation of Stalin's son, who fell prisoner. All of the soldiers in the unit liked him, especially the commander, Joachim von Münchow, who decided to officially adopt him. Shlomo's new status made it only appropriate that he be sent to Braunschweig, the school of the Hitlerjugend, the Hitler Youth. For the following 3 years that Shlomo Yosef attended the school, he learned general studies, military training, and the Nazi race doctrines. Perel recalls being pulled over by a professor who taught them how to identify a Jew. He pulled me out as a case study, and I trembled as he measured my skull. Then he said, "Look at this boy. He is the perfect example of a Baltic Aryan." I could not say thank you. Neither could I tell him that if he knew the truth, his theory would crumble. Since he was circumcised, he was constantly under threat of being discovered. "I've eaten daily with the enemy from the same plate. I've become one of them," he said. But he hadn't forgotten for a moment his parents and sister, who were left in the ghetto. During Christmas vacation, when his classmates went home to their families, the Jewish boy took a train to Lodz. There, taking a huge risk and wearing the Nazi uniform, he would watch from a distance the Jewish residents of the ghetto, who were struggling with starvation, hard labor, and deadly actions on a daily basis. "I saw many dead bodies on the streets. Every time I thought it was my mother or my father." Only once he managed to see his mother from afar. That was the last time he saw her. 8 months later, the ghetto was exterminated. After the war, Shlomo found his brother Isaac, from whom he learned of his parents' death. All traces of his sister, who escaped towards the Russians, were lost. Shlomo made Aliyah to Israel, joined the Israeli army, and participated in the battle over Jerusalem in the War of Independence. A movie based on his book won the Golden Globe and was nominated for an Academy Award. Even now, at the age of 95, he is actively involved in Holocaust commemoration and tells his story of a Jewish boy who survived in the heart of darkness.